Good morning, Matt Delacruz here with the Winning Minds Group, part of the John Maxwell team. Welcome to Mondays with Matt. Happy Monday to you. I hope the first 2 weeks of this year have been good to you as you create and develop this extraordinary life of 2018 for you and your family. Before we get started today to kick off this week with my message, I just want to reach out to a group of people out there, a company called Modern Woodmen, and especially those of you in Lansing. The one thing I love about this group and the leadership of this company is they religiously watch Mondays with Matt every single Monday, not just individually, but they watch it as a group. And they use it in their leadership and their team meeting every single Monday morning. And this particular talk I want to talk to you today, just reach out and to a good friend of mine, Stephen Grice. A week ago I called his office in Lansing to let him know that I'm bringing my Turning Point event to Lansing, and I wanted to reach out to him and let him know about that. And I found out later that he went into the hospital and had heart surgery, and he had a quadruple bypass. And it touched my heart literally because 9 years ago on January 9th, I had my quadruple bypass. So I understand, brother, where you're coming from. I know your feelings on it. I know the next 2 months of recovery, but you have great people. You have a lot of love and a lot of prayers for you to get well for a speedy recovery, because obviously the old saying, you can't keep a good man down, that's Stephen Grice. So my love for you, my friend, and my prayers are to you and your family as we go through this journey. I'm with you, man. But starting this week, I wanted to talk to you about, this year I made a commitment to make sure that not only do when I go through the day, my 24 hours, I want to make sure I'm getting from the day. And I want to do that purposefully. I want to do this intentionally, to where I walk out of the end of the day, I got something, I gathered something, whether it be a person who came into my life, maybe it might be a quote, maybe something that I read, or even something I listened to on YouTube or Pep Talk, or regardless of what it is. I just want to make sure that as I go through the day and go get from the day, I want to make sure I grew from the day as well by being intentional. One of my favorite quotes, I want to talk to you today about the law of environment, but I want to talk to you because years ago, Jim Rohn had quoted, we become the combined average of the 5 people we hang around most. So you think about it, sometimes the people that we're hanging around, you can tell about what their income is usually your income, what their health is usually your health, what they're reading is probably what you're reading, which might be nothing, but this is the whole point. It's not easy to stay positive in a negative environment, but what you have to do is be aware of the environment that you're in. There are some people that they're so numb to when they're in the negativity because they've never been around the positivity, right? They're unaware of the environment, so they become creatures of their environment, and then they think that's normal. But when you create the environment, it's about creating the inner circle. It's about the choice of the people that you surround yourself with. It's about the choice of the people that you intend to gather from. So if you're the head of the class or if you're the best in the group, then you're in the wrong group. You want to be the lowest of the group where there are people that are better than you so they can up-level you and grow from it. But so let me ask you a question. As you started this year to create your own environment, if you were reading a book, and by the way, I hope you can see this, and I'm going to kind of point the camera this way. This is my reading for 2012. My goal is to read a book a year, and this is my new my books right there. You can see them all the way from the top to the bottom, and they go from the spiritual part, they have leadership part, they have personal development, they have inspiration, they have an attitude part, there's a financial one. I mean, you can go on and on and on, but if I read my books and put myself in that positive state and environment, let me ask you, do you think I have a better chance versus a person who's not reading? Do I have a better chance of growing intentionally by putting myself in that environment? Because the environment is not just the physical environment. The environment also is the mental environment of what you put yourself in. What do you watch? What do you listen to? But the most important part is, what are you reading? This creates the environment. So successful people, champions, what they do is they put themselves in a positive state. They make sure that they're surrounded with the energy of positive energy, where people are vibrating at a high rate of vibration. In other words, the energy level is always high. So you could see it, you could feel it. We've all been there. We've seen the positive, where all of a sudden we love being around that group of people because you feel good about it. And then we've seen the opposite side, to where you walk into a room and you walk in, you say, "Oh my gosh, what am I doing here? I should not be here." That's the negative environment. So you just got to be aware of it. So put yourself at a higher level of awareness. Make sure that you're aware of the environment you're in. Create the environment that you want to be in, and also keep searching for that. So until next week, I want you to live with passion, live intentionally, and I want you to live with a conscious awareness of the environment that you want to be in. You be the creator of the environment, so you attract those type of people. But also, don't be afraid to be the student, to be able to up-level yourself to an environment that possibly you didn't think that you deserved to be in. Because there's someone out there that's better than you that you can learn from. Because again, knowledge is power when it's properly applied. And the enemy of learning is knowing. Once you think you know it all, that's as far as you ever get. So we'll talk to you next week. Make it a great week and live with passion.